Yeah.
Hi, this is Sharon with Big City Vegan, and I've prepared a little Mexican feast for my family today. And what we did is basically took, I like to use Ezekiel's the Food for Life sprouted corn tortillas, but you can use any corn tortillas. These are gluten-free, so they're really nice. And then you just heat them on a pan, and I put some refried beans on top, which actually Whole Foods makes a really beautiful, delicious refried beans. So you just go ahead and heat them up and spread that on top. And then I've just prepared various condiments. So I've got the salsa here. This is actually Gardein, scallopini, unchickened scallopini I sliced up and did sort of like tortilla strips, chicken strips, so most people would see that because I'm feeding some people who are typically omnivores but are trying to be a little bit more vegan and plant-based. And then we did some delicious onions and peppers, just sauteed in a pan with a little garlic, not really olive oil. I just kind of did it in a pan, and it's sauteed up beautifully. And these are just some black beans from a can with a little corn, and I just added a lot of cumin and some chili pepper and a little bit of salsa and cooked it up, add some flavor. And I also added some chilies, like these green chilies, which are just in a can, which are really good. And this is actually, I never tried this before. It's Uptown Naturals chorizo seitan, and sort of mimics like ground beef, again for my omnivore friends. And yeah, so it looks like a really delicious meal. So
Sharon, I have a question.
Yes.
Does this compare to the food at the Cadillac Bar, Houston's famous?
Well, you're gonna have to tell me that, right? Afterwards, we'll find out.
Well, we're here in Texas, and we've been trying to be vegan.
Yes.
And once in a while, we sort of go a little off.
Yeah.
But this looks like a very, very delicious meal.
Well, that was the idea in creating this, is that I knew that you're trying to stay more Whole Foods plant-based diet, but I know that you kind of have a little challenges when you go out. So I just wanted to show that you can kind of have your treats that you typically reserve for going out, but you can make them really healthy and have them at home too.
Yeah, well, we're so used to Tex-Mex down here and Mexican food of all sorts and then all sorts of great tastes. Right. And it's going to be interesting to try this.
I'm going to be very interested to see what you think about it.
In Houston here, which is the fastest growing job city in the country in the last 10 years.
Okay, well now we're getting off topic.
We had to plug that in, of course.
Okay, but it's also like the biggest, redneck beef, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So
well, it's also
vegan,
the biggest eating out city in the whole country.
Right. And people are eating out and they're not eating the right things.
That's correct, and we have a problem of
fat and unhealthy and
is obesity a big problem here?
Yes, it is. I think so.
Is this
all over the country?
Yeah, and for health, right?
Right.
So hopefully this will be as tasty as some of the Mexican restaurants we go to without all the
fat and cholesterol and all of those artery clogging things, right?
Wow. Well, as far as the big city vegan, I have to tell you that I'm impressed. I have to tell you, I can't wait to taste it.
Awesome.
Can I have a beer with it? Is a beer vegan?
Yes, you can. You can have a Mexican beer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Whatever it is, it'll taste better with a beer, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And we also have some avocados, which are over there, which I'll bring as well.
Okay, wow. Well, let's get started.
Okay. Okay. Bon appetit.